Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Friends, take your time to slowly open your eyes bit by bit. Look around at your room, the colors and the shape around you. And then, if you have a pen and a notebook, if you want to make some notes, would be nice. Okay, we're going to talk about some interesting things, and maybe you want to make some notes. Before Melanie shares something important with you, I want to check, Melanie, or maybe Blenner, Ilaria, anyone. Can you tell me if this sounds better because with my microphone, or this sounds better? What is better? This is good? See, I'm without the microphone right now, and there is a lot of music behind me. I'm without my microphone, and now I'm going to attach my microphone. So first check, okay, and then let me know. Hold on. Okay, is my voice better here?
It's the same, actually. For me, it's the same.
For me, it's the same.
Okay. Over here, the music is very loud, but maybe in your case, you're not able to hear the music, right?
Yeah.
The music is not disturbing.
So good. You're a yoga student of mine. Okay, great. So I'll take this out because I don't want to hold this. Okay. The music is not disturbing. Nothing is disturbing us. That's the best thing. Okay, so. Yes, Melanie, let's start.
Yes, let's start. Então, nós trouxemos esse tema para vocês, de yoga para a saúde mental e emocional, considerando bastante o cenário atual que nós estamos vivendo, um cenário de pandemia e um cenário onde nós estamos vendo, infelizmente, né, crescer os níveis de ansiedade, de depressão em muitas pessoas. Então, a ideia é que a gente possa ouvir da Dina como o yoga pode nos auxiliar nesses estados, né? Para que a gente possa ter mais saúde mental e também saúde emocional. Porque muitas pessoas não conseguem ver o yoga como uma ferramenta, né? Que pode nos auxiliar nesse sentido. Muitas pessoas, inclusive, tem um conhecimento, um conceito equivocado sobre yoga, que é um tipo de contorcionismo, que a gente fica apenas colocando o pé atrás da orelha, e na verdade não é nada disso. Então, Gina, eu queria pedir, a primeira pergunta, né, é para você fazer para nós uma breve introdução sobre o que realmente é o yoga, sobre essa ciência completa, né, que aborda não só a fisiologia do nosso corpo, mas também psicologia, sociologia, enfim, é uma ciência bem abrangente, e você pudesse dar essa visão para nós sobre essa completude do yoga e como o yoga pode nos auxiliar nesses estados de dificuldade, né, de desafio, principalmente da ansiedade e da depressão. So, Gina,
Yes,
can you
Helena.
hear me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
About our first question. Can you explain a little bit about yoga, an overview about what really is yoga, and also how can yoga help us to have more mental health, emotional health, and specifically to cope with anxiety and depression?
Your first question, right?
Yes, our first question.
Okay. You see, we are already born with several positive characteristics. We show in our personality some things very naturally. But then as we start to grow and we experience the world with our senses, we meet different people, and we go through several difficulties and problems. Many a times, our subconscious mind easily stores a lot of negativity, along with the positive experiences, positive memories. Our subconscious mind also stores negative memories and negative experiences as much as it stores the positive ones. So how, a car or a machine would also go wear and tear. In the same way, our body, physical body, and our mind also goes through this daily wear and tear. So on an everyday basis, you have to repair your car a little bit, okay? Or once in a week. Let's say you don't get time once in a week to take care of your car, okay? Once in a month, you have to clean it a little bit so the dust goes away. You have to put the oil, the petrol, the gas, and the car keeps running. Okay. But of course, our body is not only a car, it's not only a machine, it's much more than a machine. But our body also on a regular basis needs some repair, some oiling. Okay. Our engine, which is our heart, our brain, and all the organs, they need some care time to time. And if you neglect it for a very long time, then our organs, means our machine, our body and our brain, would have some disease, some problem due to neglect. So the main reason of all these mental problems, emotional problems, or you may call it as physical problems as well, The main reason is neglect. When you do not take care, even after knowing, you still don't take care. You know, isn't it now? I don't have to tell you, you know that sleep is very important, food is very important, good food, smiling is important, music is important. We know all this, but we are not able to take care of the body. Intellectually, we know, but we don't do it physically. Okay, over here, we all know it. Even I know it. But sometimes even I forget, even you forget. So what we need is some discipline, some motivation. Then we need willpower, mental willpower, strength to overcome our mental laziness that we keep on neglecting. So yoga helps to cultivate confidence and willpower. It makes you more aware. It brings more clarity. This is the job of yoga. Yoga is like a tool, which is like a mechanic. The car needs a mechanic. In the same way, the body and the mind needs yoga to repair itself. So that discipline is very important in life. Mental discipline and physical discipline. A routine is important. What food should I eat? You must know that. So look at yoga not only as physical asanas. Of course, there is a great importance of physical asana if you understand it scientifically. Every asana has an effect on your hormones. Okay. So why you don't have confidence or willpower? Because there is some hormonal imbalance. Some brain chemicals are a little bit in imbalance. So then when you do yoga asanas and breathing exercises, it will balance your secretion, your dopamine, your serotonin. It will balance. And then you get willpower, you get strength, you get confidence. So emotionally and mentally, these asanas help you. This is one way of looking at yoga through asanas. The therapeutic effect of asana on the body and mind. Then also you can look at yoga as psychology. So yoga is the most ancient psychology that we have today. There were many, many systems of psychology, Greek, Roman, Chinese. And what we have today that is preserved for humanity is yoga psychology. And there are books and ancient scriptures which talk about how the human mind functions. The most ancient book on psychology is Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. Okay, a great achievement, a huge milestone in human civilization is the scripture. So when you study the scripture, you will exactly understand why do you have depression, why a person has anger, or all these mental problems, and also the solution to it. The reason that why we all suffer so much psychologically, and what is the way to come out of it, how we should understand ourselves, our relationships, our family members. How should we understand this entire world? How can we take care of our emotions, and also how can we handle other person's emotion as well? because you're always having transaction with someone else, isn't it? And that someone else is going to irritate you at times, that someone else is going to make you angry, sad. Means who is this someone else? This world. Today you're blaming one person, that today you made me angry, but tomorrow someone else will make you angry. The third day, the third person will make you angry, the fourth person, the fifth person, the sixth person. This will continue till death, that you will always get disturbed by the world. Now, yoga teaches you how to understand your mind and how to have emotional management. Also, how to understand people and how to act in this world, how to work. The yoga of action. Okay, so all this is covered in the psychology part. What is my purpose in life? Why is this body given to me? What should I do with this body? When there is a problem, how can I deal with the problem? So lots of solutions are given in these ancient scriptures in a very organized, systematic way, step by step. There are several things which are analyzed logically and practically and scientifically as well. So you can look at yoga with the asana perspective. There's so many asanas, but every asana has a science behind. Okay, you must learn every asana with proper scientific values, how to breathe. Each asana has some emotional connection. Okay. And so many aspects are there in every asana. Okay. So understand asanas as therapy, as scientific. And then also yoga as psychology. And the third is understand yoga as a philosophy, as an ancient Oriental Eastern philosophy. Okay. Because in life, when we face a crisis, like right now there is coronavirus, and this is not the first virus in history. In history, we have seen so many viruses, even 100 years before, 200 years before, 300 years before. There has been always some or the other natural disaster, calamities, wars, problems. It's not that people are saying now we are having this problem because the world has become modern and it's because of pollution, technology. These are all secondary reasons. The first reason is that because it is a material world, there is always ups and downs. Okay. So mankind has seen problems from so many years, thousands of years. In the time of the cavemen, when people used to live in forest, there were also problems, big problems. Okay. And now we are also having a big problem. So in these ancient times, these yogis, all these masters, they tried to analyze that we cannot stop the problems, we cannot control the problems. Also, our body, we cannot control it completely. Then what can we do about it? So they formed a philosophy, a philosophical system which teaches you a particular way to look at life. So what is a philosophy? A philosophy is a viewpoint to look at life from different ways. So in India, we have 6 systems of Indian philosophies. So an atheist who does not believe in God, there is a philosophy for that person. A person who believes in God, there is a philosophy for this person. A person who believes in calculation, physics and chemistry and math, there is a philosophy for this kind of a person. Okay. So there are different types of philosophies. Now, for me, one type of philosophy is better. For you, some other type of philosophy is better. Isn't it? So in yoga, we do a comparative analysis of these Indian philosophies because yoga is universal. Yoga merges in with all systems of philosophies. So when you study yoga as a system of philosophy, you must also have an idea about other philosophies as well in order to have a complete picture of yoga. Isn't it? For example, if you want to know a vegetable or a fruit, let's say you want to know mango, isn't it? So you eat the mango, it's very sweet, very nice, isn't it? But when you also know what is an apple and what is a banana, then you will know mango better, isn't it? Because now you can know apple tastes like this, banana tastes like this, and mango is like this. So in order to understand yoga, you need to also understand the other philosophies to know what are the similarities and what are the differences. You getting my point? Okay. So don't only understand yoga in one way, also have an idea of other philosophies. Now, when all these philosophies, when you know, you can choose that, yes, I like yoga because it's universal, of course. Many people love yoga as a philosophy, but because you know the other philosophies, now it becomes practical for you. So, a philosophy helps you to reduce suffering, to manage your suffering. Because till you are alive, there will be pain. What to do about it? Because people complain, no, I have this problem, I have that pain, this happened with my children, this happened with my mother. But the fact is that this will go on till death because the body is alive, isn't it? And you're living in this world. So now this yoga philosophy will help you to look at life in such a way that you will stop suffering and there will be gratitude, there will be joy, there will be happiness, but in a practical way where your emotions are balanced. See, a person feels very happy, feels very joyful when there is success in life, and then a person feels very sad, very depressed when there is failure in life. But yoga teaches you to not become overexcited and over happy, and not to become also very sad and very depressed, but to be in the center. We call it as equanimity. To be in the center. When you're in the center, you will be able to face happiness and face sadness with this balance. We call it as the mental balance. Don't become too happy as well, and don't become too sad as well. Be in the center. So yoga philosophy covers so many different philosophies of human mind, human body, about work, about how to behave with friends, how to behave with parents, how to behave with children, what to do when there is a problem, what is my main duty in life. So it analyzes so many things and gives you a lifestyle, what to eat, what not to eat, how to connect with nature, how to connect with environment. So in yoga philosophy, there is so many aspects. There is environment, there is geography, there is science. Inside philosophy also there is psychology. So you can imagine that yoga is so vast. So understand yoga in three ways. One, therapeutic with the body. And this part is called as Hatha Yoga. Okay, see, I'll type it here for you. I don't know if you know Hatha Yoga, because usually people call it as Hatha, isn't it? You call it as Hatha Yoga. Okay. Originally, the proper way to pronounce is Hatha, Hatha Yoga. But it's okay if you have been pronouncing Hatha, because that's how a lot of people have been pronouncing it. So Hatha Yoga is physiological yoga, okay, which goes into detail about the functioning of the body. Okay, the therapeutic part, the anatomical part, the physiological part. And that is the most recent yoga, only 1,000 years old. That's it. The most recent yoga is 1,000 years old. Okay. After Hatha Yoga, no other yoga came, except the modern ones. I'm not rejecting them. Okay. But if they are changing the whole essence, the original essence of yoga, then of course there is a problem, isn't it? So one has to understand what is behind Hatha Yoga. The proper books have to be studied. The origin of Hatha Yoga has to be studied, the history, the background, everything you study, and then you will realize all the yogas which are going on. You can enjoy it, have fun, but then know the main part, isn't it? Okay. So Hatha Yoga is the most recent yoga, and there are different systems of yoga which are 5,000 years old, which are 10,000 years old, which are even more old. We don't even have dates, maybe 50,000 years old. Okay, we don't even have dates. But the great thing is that we have that preserved. Not 100% maybe, because in humanity, we don't know how many things were destroyed by the enemies of knowledge. Many, many things were destroyed. But luckily, we still have great masters. And I'm very fortunate to have studied from some great teachers, that the knowledge is preserved, which is very important. There are libraries, there are manuscripts which are still kept in secret. You cannot enter those libraries, and the knowledge is kept there, okay, because you don't want any invasion, isn't it? So in this time of COVID, and not only COVID, see, before COVID, there were other problems. Now people are just saying COVID, COVID, COVID. Okay? But even before COVID, they were unhappy. Even during COVID, they are unhappy. Now COVID will go away and there will be some excitement. People will be very happy after that. Okay. But again, they will be unhappy. Some other problem will come. So it's not that the emotional and the mental health is only for COVID. Okay. It should be for everybody since childhood. A child should learn how to handle emotions. And yoga has all the tools which we must study since childhood, okay, which our parents give us. But then when something is organized, it helps in a better way. So yoga is an organized knowledge, okay, where things are in a very systematic way given to you step by step. Okay. And then it helps you to apply practically. First, you understand theoretically, and then you should apply experientially, isn't it? Okay. So briefly, I can give this answer. Briefly, there's so much to say. Okay. And 1 hour is not enough.
Yes, Gina, Thank you very much for this. And about the yoga, I'm going to ask in Portuguese, right? Eu vou perguntar em português para ela, porque a Dina entende também português. Você poderia, então, falar para a gente, Dina, sobre o yoga como algo científico? Porque muitas pessoas também não conseguem fazer essa conexão do yoga com a ciência. E veem o yoga não como algo científico, né? E cientificamente comprovado também. Então, eu pediria que você falasse um pouco mais sobre isso, né? Sobre yoga como algo científico e sobre como esse yoga científico pode nos auxiliar a lidar melhor com as emoções. Você já falou um pouco, né, sobre as emoções, mas assim, talvez um exemplo, uma forma bem prática de como o trabalho com a respiração, por exemplo, como a respiração, de forma científica, nos equilibra mentalmente e emocionalmente. Okay?
Yes. Yeah, very nice question. So this Hatha Yoga, which I just told you is 1,000 years old. In ancient times, maybe 100 years before, 200 years before, even 300 years before, or prior to that, yoga was not so common like it is right now. Okay? Because there was no maybe social media, there was limited information. And in our Indian culture, there was a schooling system where the students live with the master, with the teacher, and they study. Until they become 20 years old, they live with the teacher. Of course, they go back home to their parents, but most of the time they live with the teachers. Okay. And there were many teachers as well. Okay. So many teachers were available. Not like that you have 40 students and only one teacher. Okay. Several teachers were there. So there was this very beautiful relationship of the master and the disciple, the master and the student. And yoga was also taught in this way, where these disciples come to the master, they study yoga for 10 years, 15 years, and then they would go and teach. Okay. So because of this culture, yoga was not accessible to so many people like we have it today. And many a times, people started to think that yoga is some kind of a black magic or esoteric, okay, some cultish. It was not clear for the people. And there were many, many superstitious ideas about yoga as well. Okay. People did not have a clear picture about yoga. Until in early 19th century, in 1918, my master, who is Sri Yogendra Ji, who was a scientist who studied Hatha Yoga in detail from his master, he established the first yoga school in the world. And he was a scientist. So whatever he studied from Hatha Yoga, he said that now I will help people with diabetes. I will help people with heart problems. I will help people, children with so many problems like autism, pregnant women. So he made a scientific analysis of Hatha Yoga. And he wrote many, many books, several books. Okay, I have it here in front of me, all his books, okay, and which are very special. The first ever scientific books, several books which were microfilmed and codified. Microfilmed means even if you lose the paper, it's okay, because tsunami and all these things can come and it can destroy paper. So you have to microfilm something, isn't it? Which is very precious. And you have to codify, coding. So even if you lose English as a language, you lose Portuguese as a language, you can still, understand the knowledge with codes. So they codified this scientific knowledge of yoga by my master, and they also microfilmed it. Okay, in 19th century, this was done. And they put these books, okay, along with many other scientific works of great scientists of this century. And they have kept it in the Oglethorpe University in Atlanta. In Atlanta, there is a university and there is a time chamber. There are a few time chambers in this world. Time chamber means there is a secret area where you cannot go in. It's vacuumed and it's sealed. The knowledge is sealed. Nobody can destroy it. Nobody can touch it. Not even earthquake, not even tsunami. Nothing. So they have sealed this. And there is a date that it will open on this date. You know when? After 6,000 years, it will be opened. Okay. So this scientific yoga has been preserved, and I was very fortunate. I got this knowledge from my masters. My last teacher, Dr. Jaydev, passed away when he was 95 years old. Okay. And I studied yoga as a therapy from him and his wife, who is right now 75 years old. And they were, and my current teacher as well, who is 75 years old, they're all scientific masters in yoga. And my wish is that this yoga knowledge should reach all the people in this world who are suffering from diseases. Okay. And learn how, through yoga lifestyle, through yoga philosophy, through yoga therapy, they can manage diabetes, manage cardiac problems, manage so many problems, mental problems as well. Okay. So it's very sad that people do not have access. That is the problem. We need more teachers who can teach yoga as therapy, and not only asanas. Asanas is a therapy, but the scientific knowledge is missing. The explanation is missing. Okay, that knowledge has to be given to as many yoga teachers as possible. Okay, to look at yoga in a more holistic way, as a complete way, and not only one part, which is asana. Although asana is a big, huge part, but still people don't know the science behind the asanas in complete way. Okay. So for example, if I have to give you a small example right now about what I'm talking, because it's so deep. So you all know there is an asana called the cobra pose. Do you know cobra pose? Okay. Snake pose. Okay. So you put your hands on the floor and then you go up. So in yoga therapy, we use the cobra pose for different reasons. One reason we use it is for depression. Okay, well, why you get depression? Because some problem with chemicals of the brain, isn't it? Now, when you do the cobra pose, what is the position? The position is the head is lifted upwards. There is this movement. Okay, and the neck is thrown behind and the chest is open. Okay, and also if you look vertically, okay, the head goes above, anyways it is above the heart, okay, but the head is going further upwards above the heart. When the head is moved in a certain position, some chemicals are formed in the brain. Okay, and there is the regulation of hypothalamus in certain positions. So that's why when you move your body in Bhujangasana, there is the serotonin, dopamine production, your adrenaline production, your cortisol production. These are different hormones in the body. They all get its balance. So when you repeat this pose every day, just like you take medicine, isn't it? But I'm not telling you stop your medicine. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm a therapist. You have to consult your doctor. Okay? You tell the doctor, I'm doing this asana, I'm feeling very good. What should I do? The doctor will take care of it. But I'm just telling you right now that just like you take a medicine, you do your asanas every day. Now you will start to feel, wow, how come I'm feeling happy now? How come I'm able to solve this problem without getting upset? I don't get angry anymore. I don't feel depressed anymore. Is this a magic? Is yoga a magic? No, yoga is science. Okay. So this is what we learn in yoga therapy. In our course, we start with this basic foundation. So yoga teachers should know this. No. Now there is another effect when you put the head down. There is another effect. When you twist the spine, there is another emotion. So with every movement you do, there are different emotions and different chemicals. Okay. So for children, when they have concentration problem, focus problem, there is a asana for children. For senior citizens, they have balance problem, they have Alzheimer issues, so there is asana for them. For pregnant women. So for everybody, there is an asana. For you as well, there is an asana. Depending on your personality problems, the formation of your memories and your problems in your subconscious mind, there is an asana for you as well. Okay, so everybody is unique. Everyone has unique problems, and also everyone has a unique asana, which we have to find out, isn't it? And when you find out, you will see that this asana is your friend and it will help you very much till the end of your life. And one of the goal of yoga is that even when a person dies, the person has to die happily. Okay. Live happily and die happily. And this is the goal of yoga. No suffering. There should be no suffering. Okay. So yes, is there any question?
Thank you, Gina.
Welcome.
Yes, I think a last question because of our time. Well, again, I'm going to ask in Portuguese. Eu vou perguntar em português, fazer uma última pergunta para finalizar o nosso encontro, a nossa aula. Já que ela começou a falar, could you talk about yoga and insomnia? There is a question here on chat.
Yeah, you can, Melanie, combine all these questions. One is, first, you ask your question as well, and then also translate both these, just one question from Saul.
Ok.
Hello, Saul. Yeah.
Eu vou traduzir aqui. Tem duas perguntas no chat e depois eu faço a minha última pergunta, então. Sol pergunta about the literature, about books, where we can comprehend better the physiological effects of asanas on our body. This is the Sol question. And Vanessa asked about if you can talk more about yoga and insomnia.
Sure. So the ancient literature, okay, you can translate for them first.
Ok, Jeannie.
Yes. So the ancient literature in Hatha Yoga is first of all written in Sanskrit. Okay. All the books are written in the original language, which is Sanskrit. Okay. Of course, I don't expect all of you to study Sanskrit, but Sanskrit is easy and it's very interesting. Okay. And whenever I have a yoga course, most of the students, they learn some Sanskrit words. Like if I ask Adriana and Ilaria, our yoga students, if I ask them, now what is the meaning of bhava, what is sankhya, what is kriya, what is chitta, these words, isn't it? Yama, niyama, samadhi, right? Pratyahara. See, 2 thumbs up. So maybe you guys have studied 100 Sanskrit words already, and the meaning. Okay. So first of all, understand that this yoga literature is made in Sanskrit. Okay. Then you have to analyze each and every sentence in Sanskrit, translate it in English or other language. But this literature in yoga, Hatha Yoga, there are so many books in Hatha Yoga as well. One of the book is Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Ghiranda Samhita. Okay, let me write for you. Hatha Yoga Pradipika is one of the book. Then there is Ghiranda Samhita. There is Shiva Samhita as well. Shiva is considered to be a god, a deus in India. But Shiva was also a real human being, okay? He lived in the Himalayas and he was a Hatha yogi. So there is a book, Shiva Samhita. Many, many books like this on Hatha Yoga. And there have been many, many Hatha yogis as well. Great Hatha yogis. Even today now, we have some great Hatha yogis. But then the knowledge always remained as a secret. Because even when you study the scriptures, you would not understand everything because it is written in a very short, condensed way, very terse way. So usually I refer to the books of my master, who is Yogendraji. He's my master. And he made this knowledge simple, means he made it organized. From Sanskrit, he translated it to English. Okay, although I know Sanskrit, okay, but for common people, when we have to explain, we need some translation, right? So he translated everything properly. He explained his scientific research, the case studies, the clinical studies that he did on several people, the real studies. For example, real cardiac people. And along with doctors, he worked with the real cardiac people, cardiac problems, to reverse all the cardiac diseases like cholesterol issues. If people have blocked arteries, how can yoga help in rejuvenation? So there was a lot of study. So usually I refer to Yogendraji's book, which are very simple to understand, easy to understand. And all these books that he studied, he has made a proper compilation of everything. In fact, in our last course, I just spoke to Ilaria and Adriana that I'm going to send these books, which I have here in my library, to Mileni, so you guys can read it. Maybe we'll have a circulation in Brazil, like a library system that you can study these books as well, buy these books as well at a price that everyone can afford as well. So there are many books, but they're difficult to understand for you. They're in Sanskrit. So we refer to Yogendraji's book. The next question is talk about yoga and insomnia. Okay. So insomnia. Do you suffer from? Who suffers from insomnia? Okay, Vanessa suffers from insomnia. No, many people suffer today, not only you. So many people suffer because that the subconscious mind is also so active all the time, and also in our sleep it's active. Okay, it's fine, the subconscious mind is active. That is the nature of our mind, to be active. Okay, but when the subconscious mind is active with negative memories, with negative imagination, so when we analyze the thoughts, there are 5 types of thoughts. There are 5 types of thoughts. Out of the 5 types of thoughts, the 2 types of thoughts are memories, means you're thinking of memories. In the past, something happened. And also there is imagination, means you're imagining something which has never happened. So our subconscious mind in our sleep, it plays this game of imagination and memories. Okay. When we are trying to sleep, I mean, not in the sleep. Sleep is different. So when you're trying to sleep, your mind goes in the past. That is one reason of insomnia, isn't it? And the other reason of insomnia is that the mind is in the future, making some imagination. Okay. So because of this fluctuation in the thoughts, then chemicals of the brain get disturbed. And that's why now you're not able to sleep. So what the doctors will give you a pill to sleep, to balance the chemicals. But that is not the main solution. The main solution is train the mind so that it doesn't go in the past. It does not go in the future in a negative way. If it is in a positive way, it's very good. But not at the time of sleeping. Not at the time of sleeping. During work, yes, you can go in the past and think, in past I did this business and it helped me like this. In future, I have to make a plan for my business. Very good. But now yoga will teach you how to switch off and how to switch on the thought. So thought training. Now, this is what yoga talks about. How to train our thoughts. And this is your conscious choice, isn't it? Don't you have a conscious choice over what you want to think? Only you can think for yourself, and you have a conscious choice. So you have a conscious choice over your imagination. You can have control on your imagination. You can have a control on your memories. You can have control over so many thoughts. In yoga, we have 5 types of thoughts. So you have a control over it. And this control is not a forceful control, it's an intellectual control, not suppression. Now, when you understand this theory of thoughts, what are thoughts and what types of thoughts are there and how the thoughts affect me and what should I do when I have these thoughts, now you can then help people with insomnia. Okay. So it's a very interesting subject, insomnia. Okay. And some asanas can help very much, especially when you put the head down below the heart. Below the heart. The brain should be below the heart. Then you can go to sleep. Not that you have to do it during sleep, but you can do it during the day to balance some hormones and secretion. Okay. And then what is Melanie's question? I hope, Vanessa, this is helpful, and I really hope to help you in insomnia. Okay. So Melanie, what's your question now? The last one.
Okay, the last question. Thank you very much, Gina, again.
Welcome.
Yes, I would like you. Ok, em português. Eu vou perguntar em português. Eu gostaria, então, Gina, que você falasse sobre o próximo curso que você vai dar, vai conduzir aqui no Brasil. Tenho a honra de conduzir com você. E que você explicasse um pouco como funciona, como vai funcionar esse curso, como é a metodologia, um pouco sobre o conteúdo e também para quem é direcionado esse curso, né? Nós chamamos esse curso, é uma formação internacional de professores de yoga. Mas, na verdade, eu queria que você nos apresentasse o curso. Eu entendo que a gente pode apresentar como uma jornada, né, de transformação pessoal, assim, para aqueles sim que desejam ser professores, mas não só para aqueles que desejam ser professores, como uma jornada. Se você pudesse falar um pouco sobre o formato, sobre ser online, como funciona essa proposta.
Yes, I understand your question. I understand Portuguese. So, well, I was born in a yoga family, and since childhood, I ate yoga food, learned many things about yoga in practical way, in theoretical way. Then I met my masters. I also studied with monks, Indian monks. One of my teacher is a monk as well. Then, as I told you, I studied the therapeutic part of yoga, helped many people with various diseases, children, teenagers, old people, pregnant women, so many people as well. Traveled across India into several countries, teaching yoga, seeing different cultures, studied about Ayurveda, which is also a very ancient way of life in which we cover nutrition and diet. Also studied about yoga diet as well, helped people with cancer and asthma and many diseases, mental problems as well, worked with doctors. Lots to share in my past 20 years of experience. I'm quite old, okay? Not very young. So had 22 years of experience, of working experience, okay? I started to work when I was 20 years old. So having 20 years of experience, and then also yoga is my business and it's my profession and my career as well. Okay, means I earn money by teaching yoga, by sharing yoga. And as much as yoga is my business, my profession and my career, yoga is also my lifestyle. Okay, it's my lifestyle and something that I follow 100% in my life. Okay, I have a lot of faith in yoga. So, there are these courses everywhere. So I also thought, let me make a nice course for people from what all I have studied and give them this course so that they can learn yoga in a holistic way, not missing anything. So I started this place in Thailand along with my ex-husband after traveling to different places in the world, teaching yoga. Started this place. Lots of people came from different countries to study. I came to Brazil as well a few times to teach. And then now in COVID, when people are not able to travel, I designed this course online. Okay. So I had to analyze many things, that when you're studying online, what are the parts to take note of, some important things, note, so that you don't miss anything, that what you study over here, you should not miss anything, what you study online as well. Okay. So taking into consideration so many aspects about human personality, human mind, your daily problems in your family, with your children, or with your husband, or with your wife, or with your parents, or with your colleagues, your boss, whatever, or with COVID as well. Taking all that thing in consideration, I designed this online course, this 200 hours online course for common people to benefit. And yes, after studying that, you will feel like sharing the knowledge. So that's why you can become a yoga teacher after studying that, so that you can help many people. You can first help yourself, your family, your children, and also you can help others as well. So yes, I have this yoga course to offer. Okay, we call it, technically in this world, they call this as 200 hours yoga teacher training program. This is the technical name. But in general, this is for self-development, self-growth. You get a certificate, of course, but it's much more than this name, 200 hours yoga teacher training. It's much more. It's about life, and it's about you. It's about this world that we study. It's unbelievable. It's unimaginable what we can do in an online course as well, isn't it? Those who have studied might know that. Okay. So I think I am a good salesperson. But that's not the whole point. My focus is that we get people who want to study the original yoga, and they also share it in the world as well. Okay.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Melanie, for translating and bringing all the wonderful people here in the room.
So there is a question from Saul about the course. How long is the course?
This course is approximately 2 months. Okay. The last course that we had started on 30th of August, 1st September, and it went on till 1st November. We also had some extra sessions after 1st November, but approximately 2 months. And you must study from Monday to Saturday for 2 hours per day. Okay, 1.5 hour approximately, but then we have question answers, discussions in the class. So it takes a little bit more than 1.5 hour per day, out of which 3 days in a week you study with me the philosophy, lifestyle, psychology, step by step. 3 times you meet me, and 3 times you will meet Melanie for physical practice, for breathing exercise, for physical practice, and she will explain you every asana in detail. And then I will continue with the psychology of asana, psychology of the mind, and so many other things. So you meet me 3 times in a week for 1.5 hour, and then you meet Melanie 3 times in a week for 1.5 hour. And Sunday is a holiday. Okay. And then it will go on for 2 months. Then after 2 months, we have many things to study. Some people keep studying for several years with me, they never stop. And some people do this 2 months course and they start teaching as well. Okay. And many people with weight problems, hormone problems, relationship problems, they all feel that this course solves so many problems in their life and gives them some clarity. When it starts, let me check the date with Melanie.
10 de janeiro, 10th of January.
Okay,
Right?
yes, 10th of January till approximately 10th of March, 11th of March, yes. And then after the course as well, we keep on, having monthly meetings. There is always, we have a big alumni group with over 1,000 students in the world. So there are groups as well and meetings. Always there is some or the other community program, things happening that we always are in touch. We have students like Melanie. She studied with me in 2011, and we are still together as friends. And we do many things. We study. So there's continuing education programs, free courses as well after that, which you can always take part in. Okay.
Sim, Sol, eu vou compartilhar, viu, com vocês os detalhes.
The course is also an international course. It is certified by Yoga Alliance in USA. It's also certified by the government of India, the Ministry of Health and Education in India, which is the main organization of yoga and Ayurveda in the world. So it's certified by that. So you can take this certificate in any European countries, Australia, America, Brazil, Japan, China. You can go anywhere. You can submit to the government and you can say that this is all I studied. And if you want to start teaching in schools, in different places, you can use this certificate anywhere in the world with the Wise Living Yoga Academy logo. It's accepted everywhere in the world internationally.
Ok, Aline. Ok, Gina.
Oi, Aline, como vai você? That's what I know how to say. So her name is Eleni, not Sol.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
I understood.
Yes.
Eu entendi.
Very good. Então, Gina, muito obrigada. Quero agradecer muito a Gina por compartilhar seus conhecimentos, a sua experiência, essa luz do yoga, trazer para nós aqui no Brasil. É uma honra ter a Gina conosco através desse formato online. Somente assim, né, a gente pode facilitar o acesso a todo esse conhecimento, essa fonte de conhecimento que é a Gina, e a gente pode aprender com ela desde aqui do Brasil. Então, muito obrigada, Gina, por tudo, pela sua presença que nos inspira, e agradeço também a presença de todos vocês que estiveram aqui aprendendo sobre yoga, que vocês possam se sentir inspirados a estudar, a praticar, a buscar esse conhecimento, a aplicar esse conhecimento e essa ciência na vida de vocês. Ok?
So, Melanie, I know Adriana, there is Ilaria, there is Blenner. Very nice to see Blenner from Itajuba. So nice. But there are other people as well. Who are they and from which place do they come? They can switch on their mic so I can listen to their voice. No, it's nice to listen to their voice.
Hello.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, I'm not a yoga teacher, but I am passionate about yoga.
Vanessa está falando.
But I think it's, for me, I am a physiotherapist as well. So I think for me, I think it's the perfect tool to help my patients with respiratory problems. So this is the reason I'm here.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad. We had many physiotherapists who did this course. And so nice to know you're already helping so many people with your knowledge.
And by the way, I'm from Minas Gerais.
In which city?
Yeah, Minas Gerais, Diamantina. Diamantina. It's a small city, 4 hours from Belo Horizonte, the capital.
Okay, very nice. So nice to know you, Vanessa. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, sister.
Hi. I'm just a lover yoga, and I'm a very good friend of Ilaria. I come from Italy, from Milano, and I enjoyed the lesson.
Oh,
thank you very
so
much.
Nice. Italiano, so nice. Thank you so much for joining from Milan. And thank you, Ilaria, always to bring more people to us. Thank you.
Oi, Gina, lembra de mim?
Oi, Blenner. How
Tudo
are
bem?
you?
Tudo bem?
Yes, I'm fine.
Quanto tempo?
Sim, muito tempo, né?
Muito tempo, mas você não mudou nada. Você está igualzinho.
Você também.
Eu não, eu estou de óculos, caiu o cabelo, eu mudei. Bom te ver de novo, Dina.
Thank you so much, Blenner, for coming. Yeah, very nice. You know, I have lived in Blenner's place. Not place, but the town for several times.
Eu estava no curso que a Mila aprendeu yoga, né? Isso. Se formou em yoga, né? Com a Gina.
2012. Yes.
Thank you, Blenner, for coming. So nice to see you. Then we have Fernanda.
Oi, você me entende?
Sim, entende?
Meu nome é Fernanda, eu moro no Rio de Janeiro, sou bióloga, trabalho com saúde pública aqui no Brasil e tem um tempo que eu estou tentando aprofundar meu conhecimento. Eu não sei nada sobre yoga, sei muito pouquinho, mas estou tentando aprimorar meu conhecimento sobre esse assunto, porque eu tenho buscado um equilíbrio na alimentação, com a meditação, e eu acho que o yoga é muito importante. Então, eu estou buscando conhecimento sobre esse assunto.
Sim, sim, verdade. Very true, very true. Thank you so much, Fernanda, for joining. And yes, it was very nice seeing you. Thank you. And where do you live?
I live in Rio.
Ah, you live in Rio. Yes, yes. Good, beautiful place as well.
Yeah.
Very lovely. Thank you. And Saul?
Bom dia, Gina. Bom dia, Mila.
Bom dia.
Meu nome é Aline. Eu estou no Zoom do meu filho, por isso aparece sol. Eu moro em Brasília e eu pratico yoga há menos de 2 anos, mas o yoga apareceu na minha vida num momento muito difícil, de muito sofrimento, e me ajudou demais. Ele me ajudou na minha jornada de autoconhecimento. Assim, eu tenho uma gratidão enorme pelo yoga e tenho vontade de tenho vontade de ter a formação de professor e poder ajudar as pessoas, assim, disseminar o yoga para ele ajudar as pessoas como ele me ajudou. Então, eu tenho um amor muito grande e um interesse muito grande em aprender.
Muito bom. So nice to know that yoga has helped you and you have this relation with yoga. So nice to know that. And where do you live? I didn't get it.
Brasília, capital
Brasília.
do Brasil.
Oh, beautiful place as well. Nice.
Thank you so much. Obrigada. Eu que agradeço.
Muito prazer. Prazer do meu, right? Prazer do meu.
É meu.
Thank you so much. Very nice. We also have Ilaria and Adriana. Maybe they want to say something. Thank you again, guys. You guys are so nice. You come in the classes and it makes my day when I see their faces, Adriana and Ilaria. So positive. You want to just introduce yourself to the group?
Ok. Meu nome é Adriana, eu fiz o curso de formação recentemente, esse agora de agosto e de setembro, né? E foi uma das experiências mais incríveis que eu tive na vida, realmente é absolutamente transformadora. Até fevereiro deste ano, de 2020, eu mal sabia o que era o yoga. Tive o meu primeiro contato com a Mila, num workshop que fizemos durante o carnaval, um lugar muito bonito, no mosteiro, né, da Serra Clara. E depois, por um convite da Mila, eu conheci a Dina, essa pessoa incrível, essa professora, uma mestra maravilhosa, e que realmente me conduziu ao conhecimento mais profundo do yoga. E realmente, assim, estou profundamente apaixonada e eu diria até transformada por esses conhecimentos. Então, é muito especial saber que haverá um novo curso e que outras pessoas também poderão se beneficiar desse conhecimento. Minha gratidão para você, Dina, para você, Mila, é uma grande equipe. Obrigada.
Muito obrigada, Adriana. But where do you live? What do? You can tell them as well.
Oh, eu moro em São Paulo, e capital. Descobri recentemente que sou vizinha da Hilária, o que traz uma coisa muito gostosa, né? Nesse meio virtual, e o curso é online, e a gente acaba descobrindo que fisicamente a gente está muito pertinho, né? E eu sou procuradora, eu sou advogada pública, então eu trabalho com direito, mas numa função mais social, vamos dizer assim, né? E eu acho que o yoga combina muito com, eu acho que agregou, né, um valor também à minha atuação profissional.
So nice. Thank you so much, Adriana. Thank you very much. Last but not the least, Ilaria, you want to share your experience and also, you know, yourself.
Hello. Bom dia, todo mundo. Não sei se é melhor eu falar em inglês ou em português.
Português.
Português. Bom, sou Hilária, sou italiana. Eu fiz também o curso junto com a Adriana, é minha colega. E eu pratico yoga faz quase 10 anos. E queria aprofundar e, sobretudo, transformar-me em professora de yoga. E, de verdade, esse curso é muito transformador e aprofundado. Eu aprendi muitas mais coisas nos últimos 3 meses, 4 meses, que nos 10 anos anteriores. Também a minha prática mudou e eu já ensinava yoga e isso deu um up na minha na minha formação e também na qualidade das minhas aulas atuais. E sempre vou estar agradecida, eu também, por a clareza com a qual a Gina ensina, e Mila também, com a sua suavidade. E nada, isso. Espero que todos possam aproveitar dessa ocasião transformadora e de saúde para todo mundo, de felicidade, de equilíbrio. Muito obrigada.
Obrigada, Hilaria. Muito obrigada. Thank you so much. Great. It was a very nice class. How many people are there in the other side, Melanie?
Now, only Lorenzo and Blenner.
Okay, great. Very nice. Say my hello to them as well. Okay. They're able to see me?
Yes,
I'm not
they are
able to
also
see.
here with you. Yes.
Where is
Not
Lorenzo?
Lorenzo. Lorenzo, no. Lorenzo is the Galaxy S10.
And who is the next one?
Blenner.
Olá, bom dia.
Lorenzo.
Hello, how are you?
Tudo bem? Muito obrigado aí pela
Tudo bem.
oportunidade de assistir essa excelente aula. Obrigado a vocês duas, tá? Eu moro em Brasília, sou praticante de yoga há alguns anos e, nossa, fico muito grato por ter essas oportunidades de encontrar pessoas tão sábias e educadoras, dedicadas no ensinamento do yoga. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigada.
Eu, a sua esposa também.
E espero poder encontrar revê-las no futuro próximo.
Obrigada. Yes, very nice. Nice to know you. Great, friends. That was such a beautiful class.
Ótimo, amigo. Foi uma ótima aula.
And I want to thank Melanie for her hard work and sincerity, dedication. Thank you so much, Melanie. So,
Thank you, Gina, very much.
not at all. My pleasure. Shall we end the class with one Om? You can close your eyes for a minute and relax before you end and start with a new activity. You can just breathe, relax, and just get aware of your body again. Maybe you're thirsty. Just be aware of whatever sensation is there in the body. And then take 3 nice breaths, deep and long, and exhale. And check if anything in your body feels heavy or light or whatever it feels, just be aware. And we will chant one Om. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Great. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Tchau para
Obrigada,
todos.
muito obrigada.
Muito
Tchau.
obrigada.